This is my very first YouTube video that I've done. I did some others before I came out, but none of those have ever been published. So I thought I'd go ahead and try to go online and see if anybody was even interested in hearing about me and my life. So 2.5 years ago, I came out to my wife of about 30 some years. I've known pretty much since I was around 3 that something was wrong, something wasn't quite right, that I was not a man and didn't feel like a man. So I pretty much spent my whole life kind of keeping it to myself. And of course, it's hard to talk about, especially when you're talking at a camera instead. So I came out to her after so many years of lying to myself and lying to everyone else, including my family, my relatives. Told her I had lied to her, not on purpose, though. It's not something that I consciously did. And I did love her when I married her, and still love her now, even though I found out since coming out that she's extremely homophobic. She's extremely against trans, against being trans. She has no problem being around people who are trans or being around people who are gay. But having a husband that's trans and gay is not something that she can live with. So now we've become separated. I'm living in Santa Fe. She's living in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. We're away from each other now. I get to see my kids on the weekends, which is great. Unfortunately, they're growing up with kind of mixed up values. I've tried to explain to them who I am and why I've made the choices I've made, but it's not helping that my ex comes behind me and tells the kids that I've made a bad decision and I'm going to hell. And there's nothing I can do about that. And I know there's some people on the internet that will agree with her, and I would really rather not have you troll my site. Please don't do that. And it's hard to stand up in front of the internet and kind of bare myself. And that's really what I'm doing. I just want everyone to know who I am and that it's hard. Nobody said it was going to be easy, and I knew that. I knew that when I started it. I knew it might be very difficult. Turns out it hasn't been as hard as I thought it would be in my job. I live in New Mexico. We have a very good set of gender laws here that protect me. I came out at the office. Folks at my office tend to be taking it rather well. And I'm sorry if I keep looking away. I'm trying to look at the camera, but I'm trying to look at the screen too at the same time. It's not a good idea. So I've been living my authentic self for about 2 years now. I spent that first half of the year growing my hair out, just getting clothes that I needed to dress as myself, and finding the counseling that I needed too. Still looking for somebody to share my life with. And me and my ex will probably get divorced eventually when either one of us finds somebody else to share our lives with. It's Memorial Day. I'm a retired vet, and I'm living the life that honestly I fought for other people to be able to live. And I may have even inadvertently at times spoken out against transgender people and against people who are LGBT plus. And if I did that, and you know me from back then, I apologize. That's not who I was. As I said, I was lying to myself back then. I'm not anymore. I'm not going to lie to anybody else ever again about who I am. This is who I am, and this is who I'm staying. It's never changing. Okay? For those of you who think that you know who I am, you don't know who I am. Get to know me now. This is who I am. And I'm proud of me and I love me now. And I don't have to really apologize to anybody. My family, my friends, anyone. My mom accepts me. My dad is growing into it. He may accept me one of these days, or he may never accept me. That's fine. I still love him. He's still my dad, and I'm always going to love him. And there's still my mother, and I'm always going to love her. My children, I'm always going to love. It doesn't matter if they accept me or they don't accept me. That's not going to change. I'm thinking I'll probably come on here and maybe I'll do a live chat. I don't know. I wasn't brave enough today to set it up as live. Plus, I don't think anybody is out there is even watching to see if I'm even on. Obviously, we're still going through COVID at this point that I decided to do this. I'm doing about 9 hours a day working in the New Mexico Emergency Operations Center. It's our underground bunker here in New Mexico. I help with the National Guard in getting deliveries of PPE and gowns and such to people who need them. I've been helping quite a bit with the Navajo Nation, trying to make sure that they get the food and the water that they need during my job. It's been hard during this whole pandemic. I pretty much come back to my apartment, spend the time here by myself. If I get to see a friend, it's usually from a distance. I don't get to really hug anybody at this point. And I need hugs. I think we all do right now. Just know that, like I said, I don't apologize for who I am. This is me. This is who I'll always be. And I'm not changing. I may go ahead and do some other videos too. I do a lot of video and sound work for my job anyway. So I'm also the hazardous materials coordinator for the state of New Mexico. And I do a lot of Tier 2 reports, which is your SARA Title 3 under the EPA, that people have to report chemicals that they're storing in their facilities. A lot of that has been put on hold during this, but then I get to do some online stuff too, so that'll be fun. I am staying busy though, so that helps. It helps me feel a little less sad. I've had times like recently on May the 5th when it was my birthday. I did a lot of crying, a lot of self-soothing, looking into myself internally to see what kind of person I am. And again, I hope to do a few more of these videos and see how they get taken. And maybe I'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff I'm going through. I have surgeries coming somewhere down the road. I know with things going like they are, those surgeries have been pretty much put on hold. I've done everything I need to get them done, except for maybe losing the weight. I'm still working on that. And a couple other things that I need to get done, but SRS is in the future, sometime within the next year, and then after that, I'll be getting FFS and possibly voice too later on. And then with the bottom surgery, I'm also getting top surgery at the same time. So, well, we'll see how it all works. Have to go to work here in a little bit, and I'll be spending about 9 hours doing that. And then I get to go see my daughter tomorrow on Tuesday, today being Memorial Day. I get to go in and play with her in the yard and set up a garden with her. She likes doing that. And it gives me a little bit of time to bond with her as I am now, and give her a different person to get to know and get to love. She misses me the way I was, and I understand that. But that's not who I was. And she's got to understand that this is who I am now. And I'm not going to change. Love you all. And I will I'll put up another one of these in a couple of days, maybe. Or maybe tomorrow. Everybody take care on this Memorial Day. Stay home, stay safe. And if you're trans, know that you're loved. We should care about each other, and I think we do. Bye for now.